Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Moon here, and it's me, Ray here, or me, Sailor Moon here, and Sailor Mars here. And today we're going to talk about the Sailor Moon saga we saw on Cartoon Folkwork, or Drawing Show Folkwork, on Adult Swim or Grown Up Swim. First off, it starts out that first off we have Ray's grandfather who's up on the roof of the house looking at the moon and thinking about how it would be so cool if he would be out there drinking or something. But in Deke, he talks about when he was younger and he was out with his grandfather and they were having marshmallows or something. And then Zoisite foes up and strikes him. But Beak gets pissed off when he learns that Richie Tomo, we'll just call him that because that was the name of the fiend that took over him, I guess, was stronger than he looks, so she knocks him off the roof. This is where I meet up with Chad. And Chad apparently is a burned out songster overcoming his fear of singing in the lead of other folks. So the next day, then after that, Zoisite is like back in her house, back in the Dark Kingdom, saying, go ahead and fight me if you want, but sooner or later the Rainbow Hearse will be mine. Then the next day, I'm with Serena and Lita and Amy. And they're like, if your grandfather's behaving weird, you take him to see a healer. And I say he won't go to see one. So then we're there. And Chad's doing all these weird things, and grandfather says, grandfather, he knows, like, it's all about, overcoming your fear, because that's what he said in Deke. And he falls down and says, am I backstrap yet, overling? He throws water on him and says, get up, there's no sleeping on the work. And then Ray goes over to see if Chad's all right and tells her grandfather to knock it off. But I start laughing about the whole thing. But it's not until he starts sobbing about how Ray's going to be alone running the worship house and he's worried about her. And then Chad, worrying about that, gets up and then asks God and Jesus to help him overcome this bind, help him, give him the strength to pass this stretch that he is in, this class he is taking, and water spills on him. And then Ray's grandfather laughs that one off because that was a stunt. And I thought that was funny, so I started laughing too. And then Ray gets angry at me. Yeah, I get angry at you and I say, and Deke, so you got the meatballs and the spaghetti to go together. And then knocks her down. And then this is what Amy says in Deke. You can't chat. Amy goes, well, you say you're sorry to Serena and she'll stop sobbing. Then Lita says you can't go around knocking Fox over Ray. And Chad keeps saying, it's all right. Everything's all right. Don't worry about it. Shut up. She keeps telling Chad, shut up and mind his own business. And then she's like, I'm not going to say I'm sorry to you, Serena. And then, fine. Then, all right. Then Amy goes, be that way, brat. I don't want to be breaking up your childish fights. And then Lita goes, yeah, give us a call when you're out of diapers or whatever. That's what she said in Deke. I said, get out of here. I'm not going to say I'm sorry to you. So then Serena is sobbing about Ray not wanting her to forgive her for the stunt she pulled. And then Luna's like, you were a ditz, and Ray's angry at you, but give it time and she will forgive you for it. And then there was some kind of sweets in her room and she was eating them. And then Serena's like, how can you think of sweets at a time like this? And after that, she wants to give the sweets over to break her friendship between her and Ray. Luna's like, my big mouth, because Luna wanted to eat all of them. So then after that, Zoisite comes back again to go after Renshi Hino again. He goes, So you're back again. Come and get me again, you witch. That's what he says in Deke. And Viz, he says, oh, so you're back again, evil fiend. And Zoisite shifts him into a fiend. He goes after Chad, who then tells Ray, and then the fiend goes after both her and Ray. And I'm like, oh no, grandfather's chasing after me and after Chad. And I learned from the holy fire that grandfather was shifted into a fiend by Zoisite. And then Sailor Moon shows up and gives me the fleets of breakering our friendship between each other. And then after that, I was like, not now, you got to shift him back to good. So then I take my moon staff or moonstick out and shift grandfather Renji Hino back to himself. After that, Amy's talking with Lita about how they should have not left and they're worried about Ray and they should go to see if Ray if Ray needs any help with her grandfather and how Serena and Ray are getting on. And then they're all eating and everything. And Chad goes, well, okay, tell me how you become a fiend. And Grandpa's like, what do you mean, Chad, become a fiend? And then I saw you become a fiend. You had a nightmare, Ray said. Yeah, Serena said, nightmare about fiends. And then I learned that Chad had overcome his fear, and then Chad says, that's great. Now I can sing a song. And they say, need be later. Well, that was in Deke. And Viz, Serena starts making fun and saying, oh, Ray's going to hanging out with Chad. She's going to love Chad, get wedlocked to Chad. And then Grandfather Renji says, not until you're 9 between, it won't happen. And as Amy and Lita come up, they see Serena. They see Ray running after Serena and Grandfather running after Chad. And they feel everything is back to the way they were. Shit, it's too hot in this room. And the only things that Deke, I don't think Deke cut anything out that I know of. Let me know if there was anything that Deke did to this one. But I will see you all later. We'll see you later.